Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to one of the league's most recognizable homes, Lucas Oil Stadium, opened in 2008 here in Indianapolis. Today, two teams hailing from the AFC, between the Miami Dolphins and the Indianapolis Colts. Punter Rigoberto Sanchez has it teed up and ready to go. And here we go from Indy. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 19, Tiger. 19, 18, Pioneer.
Wilson airing it out to start. Oh, they're going deep here right off the rim. Brought in inside the 20. He will take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins take a 6-0 lead right away. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. Man, this offensive season has barely begun, and they are already, Brock, celebrating in that end zone. I mean, still basically a full 17 games to go, but so far so good.
They'll pay off all of that offseason work. The OTAs, the mini camps, get in the preseason, training camp, all of it. And you can't do it much better than that.
Sanders all set to send it away. Ashton Doolin now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Colts file out into formation. Here comes 1st and 10. Play fake, it's Richardson. He's trying to push the field. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. Not must-have yet, Brock, but it does feel pretty important that they come up with an answer for that touchdown, but not going to be easy.
Nope, and incompletions like that certainly won't help.
Ready, set.
Still 10 to go. 2nd down now from the 23.
Here we go, set. 70, 80. Ready.
Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to have this out near the 40, just a little bit short of it. Working quickly here.
That's good for a Colts. 1st down.
19 right.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
60 average. 60, 19, 18, Pioneer. Ready.
1st down throw here from Richardson. And that's going to fall incomplete. They wanted to get it right back to him after that run, but no luck on that throw.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays and discussing them and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
60 Bison. Panther 11. Panther 11. Panther 60. Panther 60.
2nd down carry for Taylor. It's a great extra effort to keep that run going for a nice game. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Tackled at the 46-yard line. That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
60, Cup 19. Cup 19.
3rd and short yardage here, Richardson. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to be down to within a yard of that red zone as the stop is made.
And the Colts, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
To the air on this 1st down, Richardson. Brought in right side. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
That's another Colts 1st down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
From the red zone now. To the end zone, but incomplete. Couldn't get it. That's going to set up second and goal.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and lead to...
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Colts finish off their opening drive. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Spencer Schrader on now for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Colts tie it up as he nails his first try of the season. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up first and 10. Opening carry for Devon Achane. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
All right, here we go. Second down. Here's Wilson to the air. That's caught. Devon Achane. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Wilson. Got a lot behind this one. Downfield it goes. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. There it is. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins break the tie here in the first. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
So they're going to begin from the 36 as he's brought down. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Cowboy 80. Unlock right.
Taylor gets it to begin the drive. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. And they take it across the goal line for an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts cut it to a lower point on the scoreboard. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Colts tie things up at 14. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Pretty good field position awaiting the Dolphins as they head up here, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achane. Drop touched by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Run lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cup, 79 Broncos.
Now Wilson on the play fake. He put everything he's got behind it. Catch is made in close. And he's going to be touched down at that spot, which means the effort makes it 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
From the red zone on 1st. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And it's step 1 towards a goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. 2nd and goal coming up.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
The loss sets him up at the 9-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. Here's Achan from the pistol. And this is a Miami touchdown. The Dolphins break the tie here in the 1st. Devon Achan with the touchdown. Sanders connects on the point after. And the Dolphins break that tie and now lead by 7. Sanders all set to send it away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they've got a long field ahead, Brock. They got to him early, and they laid a big hit on him.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Okay,
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Taylor. And he manages 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4.
ready? 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Offense to line. This is 2nd and 4.
Dragon 60. Look out.
Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials. One of the most common penalties in the sport. And the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards.
Come on. Hit. 870 Timberwolves. Let go.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. He just got rid of it, Brock, but he was still in that tackle box. This is going to draw the flag. No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you nailed that one.
Here we go. Cut. 60 Bobcats. Trap 60. Trap 60. 19 Warriors 70. 19 Lions. Go.
3rd and long. It's Richardson. Has him on the quick hitter. He's going to go out of bounds up past the 15.
How many times, Kate, do we see those routes, those horizontal east-to-west routes, just get that first down on these critical 3rd down situations? It takes tremendous eyes, tremendous speed, and a tremendous want-to by the defense to stop that short.
It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10.
Bravo 18. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Wilson now from the gun. That's grabbed inside the 30. He's all the way home. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins grow their early lead to 13. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Extra point is good by Sanders. And the Dolphins double their lead to 14. Sanders all set to send it away. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. So first down from the 41.
Ready. Bronco 80. Ready.
Straight ahead with Taylor. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you can put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, 9, all the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Offense in a hurry up here.
It's a gain of 7.
Buffalo 18.
Makes it 3rd.
Richardson from the gun on 3rd. Short pass brought in. And they'll get him down right along the line. So no gain is how we'll end the opening quarter.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Ready now for our second quarter. The Colts have the football. And from their own side of the field, they're going to risk it here on 4th.
70. Hawk 70. Ready.
Richardson takes the snap. They're going for it. Has a man downfield. It's Pittman. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. One of their biggest plays of the game so far, and it comes on a 4th down gamble.
This defense did the best they could to track him as he ran all the way across the field, but eventually, you're just going to lose him. And that's when a completion was made and turned it into a significant gain.
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And he's going to be hauled down after a gain of about 7. It's 2nd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know. And you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one,
he takes this one in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts make it a 1-score game in the first half. Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts cut the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Colts 21.
And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Pretty good field position awaiting the Dolphins as they head up here, 1st and 10. At the shotgun, they'll give it to Achane. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. Rush coming for Wilson. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Gotta cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Shotgun snap for Wilson. He's going to push one deep down the right. And he's in for the Miami touchdown. The Dolphins take a 13-point lead. Extra point attempt coming from Sanders.
Jason Sanders for the extra point.
Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Dolphins double their lead to 14.
Colts 21. Jason
Sanders all set to send it away. Here's Gould on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Indianapolis bringing the offense to the line. Here's first and 10.
18 Cardinals, 18 Cardinals. 60 Eagles, Panthers 60.
They give to Taylor, right side. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
At the 30-yard line.
Play action, it's Richardson. And he's just going to huck this one into about row C there. And some lucky fan going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
Brings up third.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
19 tight, 19 tight. Trap 60, Panther 11, Panther 11. Warrior 70, Dragon 60.
Richardson. Trying for the deep ball. Defenders there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cater Kohu.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 1-yard line.
All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes first and 10. They send the tight end in motion left. Wilson from his own end zone. This is complete to Waller. And he's escorted out of bounds, but not before driving them up near the 25.
And the Dolphins
They get 22 out of that play. And it's going to be first down Miami.
at the 23-yard
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
You keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10. Wilson looking to throw. He's going to loft one deep to the left. Big gain downfield. And he will take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. His third through the air this game. That one right down the middle.
42.
And the Dolphins stretch their lead to 21. Sanders all set to send it away.
Kickoff for Miami.
Here's Gould on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Gould on the return. The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Colts file out into formation. Here comes first and 10. Running right, this is Taylor. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Ashton Davis there on the stop.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
70 Lions. 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings, 19 Lions. Ready.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Finds a man right side. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
It's It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
3rd and short yardage here, Richardson. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. Ooh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Picked off by Kader Kohu. And the Dolphins are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
They'll take over. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ready up.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
Here we go. Set. Go.
On play action now, Wilson. Flushed out of the pocket. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Well, he went for it all right there. That was a highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get out of the pocket and keep the play alive, but even better defensively to force the incompletion.
Ready.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Wilson now. Lays out left side and gets it. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
That's one of those plays, Kate, where every position on the offense gets a gold star. They all did their job. Enough protection to allow the quarterback time to find his receiver, who went all the way from the right side of the field to the left side of the field to do some damage.
And bring the tight end left. Wilson now, 1st and 10. Oh, he's in trouble, and he's going to go down. The Colts got him. And they've got a little extra distance now to make up here on 2nd down.
Second down.
Plenty of points already, partner, as we have reached the 2-minute warning. More from Lucas Oil Stadium after this. So after the sack, quite the situation they find themselves in. Here comes 2nd and 22. Running with Achane here out of the gun. He's going to snag a couple of yards, charging up the gut. Brought to the ground by Cameron Bynum.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Going all the way to the end zone here. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. No, they didn't bite on the play action, Brock, and for all the times that we've seen that exact concept beat defenses, these guys were not fooled.
You know what that was collectively, defensively? It was great processing. We talk about quarterbacks being great processors. That group defensively just got it done.
At their own 9-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. From the gun, Taylor. And he's going to be taken down right as he reaches that 20-yard line. They gain 11 on that play. And it'll be first down, Colts.
First down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They go again with Taylor. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get games like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Here's the backup. First throw. And he's going to get down safely. Picked up close to 6. Nice call on his part there, but it does leave them now with a 3rd down. Timeout, Indianapolis. That's its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
31-yard line.
New set of downs for them from the 31. first down. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered gate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
After the incompletion, still at that 31-yard line, 2nd and 10. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. This is close, but it looks like they got the stop in time. Yep, marked at the 40, and that brings up 3rd down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
3rd and 1. Here's Jones. That's on target to Pierce. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. Markers are reset. Here we go, ball at the 44. 1st and 10 now. Here's Jones. Stays in bounds and makes the catch. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play. First time this game they've looked to him. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
3rd down, Jones to throw. Throwing this one back of the end zone. And this is an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts chop some of the lead off before the half. Extra point attempt coming up. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Colts get it back to a 14-point game.
Dolphins 42, Colts 28.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here. Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. Looking to throw. And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps.
That's a throw at this level. There's so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Going to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. He'll throw it. It's a big strike to Hill. And they've got to him just a step or 2 before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Just 2 seconds left in the half as we get a timeout. Jason Sanders leading the Dolphins field goal unit out. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. It's no good. It had the leg, but his aim wide right. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
Jason Sanders to kick
We'll
off.
see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. Here's Gould on the return. He's stopped on the run back at the 27.
Gould on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10.
Indianapolis bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready? Cowboy 80. 70 Lions.
the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Offense up to the line fast. Jones setting up the play action. That's going to be caught by his back. Taylor. Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. Good hit, but sure would have loved for it to have come earlier as he gets forward a bunch and gets him the first down. That's 16 on the pickup. And that is good for an Indianapolis first down. Working from the gun. Here's Jones. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Second and 10 now. Jones. Throwing deep to the left side. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cater Kohu.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. First and 10. Wilson out of the pistol. Here's a screen for Achane. And this is going to go as a gain of about 3 before he's met and escorted out.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet. This is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards. And the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
Taking the handoff, now Wilson. He puts some air under it, deep down the left. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that is a Dolphins first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So flip the field, folks. It's first and 10 inside of enemy territory now. Achane to the right. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Well, cobbles together a yard there. Like so many before him, he's brought down by DeForest Buckner.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's third down.
Extra man in the secondary for the Colts now. Third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Has him on the quick hitter. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10. It's Achane on the inside give. And they're going to be humbled here on first down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
All right, a couple of yards to make up, Brock. Time to rediscover the magic on this drive. Here's second and 12. Wilson now from the gun. Finds his back. Achane. We might be close to this lead growing again. That play gives him a first and goal. Offensive line fast.
That's another Dolphins first down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now Wilson on the play fake. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete.
Okay, you get down to this tight red zone, and there's only so many pass plays you can run, largely because you don't have enough space to operate. Defense knows it too. Give those guys some credit. They were all over that one.
So after the incomplete pass, here comes second and goal. Quick throw to the left is complete. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins push their lead further to start the half. That is his 6th passing score of the game. A lot of quarterbacks could go several weeks without throwing that many touchdowns. And now, keep in mind, he's only one off the NFL record of 7 in a single game. Sanders connects on the point after. And the Dolphins stretch their lead to 21.
Colts 28.
Sanders all set to send it away.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Here's Gould on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Colts file out into formation. Here comes first and 10. Taylor now up the middle. Nearly starts the drive with a first down run. Stopped a yard short, gain of 9.
He's brought down at the
While that run may not
37-yard
move
line.
the chains, Kate, that is
10
such
yards
a
on the
confidence
pickup.
builder.
It's
Sets the
second
tone for
and
more play
2.
action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Now a toss play. Taylor. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe, Brock, as he's sent out.
13 yards
A nice
on
gain
the
of
play.
13 yards as it brings up a
That's
first
good for
down.
Colts.
Oh,
First
that
down.
vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master. Seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and in what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone can finally get to him.
Taking a chance to the end zone. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted.
You knew it before this drive started, the field goal was not going to be good enough, but that meant the coverage also knew how to play it, how to concentrate, how to focus, and those defenders, they influenced that throw, and even more so, took it away.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. First and 10. They pitch it to Achan. And he stopped quickly here. 2 yards on the play. We've got second and 8.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's second and 7. Shotgun snap for Wilson. He's going to loft one deep to the left. He's got it inside the 25. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset. You know, Brock, I'm going to admit a little bit of surprise here. As pass-heavy as this league has become, that this record isn't at least challenged a little more often. But finally, just like that, someone is confident.
And now, Kate, now there is a new single-game record for everyone to chase when it comes to those passing yards. I know as a former quarterback, we love seeing this record challenged, and we want to see just how high people will take it in the future.
Back to the line they come, second down. Wilson looking to throw. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Kate, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down. long for him here. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down. Jason Sanders leading the Dolphins field goal unit out. It's a 39-yarder from the left hash. Sanders sends it through. And the advantage now sits at 24.
Here in the third quarter, he gets a chance to make up for the miss on his first attempt of the game. This time, well, he is totally dialed in, and he gets this one to count.
Here's Gould on the return. Things going well so far. Pass midfield, and he's got space. The field flipping effort there as he's brought down on the opposite side of the 50. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's the Colts who have the football. Given the score, they're going to need points every time out from here on. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. They go play fake with Jones. Sends this to the end zone. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB. Over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out.
He's rocked. That ball's free. And it looks like the Dolphins have it.
You're using this play to try for a 1st down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. They're going to throw now, following the turnover. Connects on the crosser. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs, too.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Allen continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
2nd down carry for Achan. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mopped up, too.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this. It's over. Over.
Digging deep in the playbook here, and this is 3rd and 11. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Dumps it off to Achan. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Working inside the red zone. And this finds him in the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins keep running away with this. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. His 4th receiving score of the game. Extra point is good by Sanders. And the Dolphins continue piling on to this lead. Sanders all set to send it away. Here's Gould on the return. And he doesn't get very far, just beyond the 5-yard line.
Well, that's a case of either overthinking things or somehow not thinking enough on that kickoff return. You got to think the 20-yard line is worst case. Instead, well, the coverage team sticks them with a really long field ahead.
Now a run with Taylor. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play. Working quickly here.
Tackle made at his own 9-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Play fake, Jones. Taking a deep shot here. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he takes this one in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts putting up points in a game decided. Well, that right there, Brock, is saving all of your guys a whole lot of work. I see 10 dudes breathing easy out there, and only one of them out of breath, and he's the one holding that football in the end zone.
Are you sure about that? Because you know what I love about these moments? I love especially going back and watching them on tape and watching the big guys. Watching all those O-linemen. Certainly some are going to walk, some are going to wave, but eventually some will make their way 90 yards downfield to celebrate that one as well. Because you're right, it was one heck of a show.
And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to the air. He put everything he had into this one. He's got it at the 30. And he will take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins continue piling it on here in the 4th. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. The 5th of the game for him, tying the NFL single-game record. That one splits the uprights. And the Dolphins grow their lead yet again. Sanders all set to send it away. Here's Gould on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. They're going to track him down, but a nice effort in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38.
1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set. 1st and 10. Play action now with Jones. Escapes the pocket. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw and force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
2nd down carry for Taylor. And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. A dose of the hurry up here.
And the Colts.
1st down, and they go right back to it. Solid run in here. That's 9 yards as he brings up 2nd down.
He's brought down at the
Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up
Back to Taylor on 2nd down. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down, but instead the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy, and their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
Chased out to his right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And this defense makes the stop in a big way to bring up 4th down.
We've learned how valuable sacks in a pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their first sack of the game, but they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball, and they finally pick up a much-needed sack on that stat sheet.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty and off the field they go.
Hey, I get it. It's already over. But go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
On first down, they're going to start out with Achan. And they push him out just as he gets back to the line. Second down coming up.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Let's stick with Achan. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
And the Dolphins first down.
Going to the ground again on first. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. They only get a yard that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. So now they're going to throw with Wilson. Short pass brought in. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That's good for a Dolphins first down.
And the shotgun, they'll give it to Achan. And tough sledding for him. Only room to get it to the 30. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Achan again on second. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Quite the drive they've had, Brock, but they're up against it. 3rd and 5 now. Working now from the gun. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up. Jason Sanders leading the Dolphins field goal unit out. It is a 44-yard look from the right hash. Sanders sends it through. And the lead continues to grow and grow.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Showing a little burst so far. And the work already half done thanks to that run back. They're taking over at midfield.
I'll tell you what, if this drive ends up with points, you could trace it directly to this return right here. That is such amazing vision. Watching the lane develop and then bursting to get all the way to midfield.
Jones off first down. Trying to push deep downfield. Cutting in the goal line. He has the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts making the scoreboard look a touch better. Michael Pittman Jr. with the touchdown. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick. And the Dolphins get on that football. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point in the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. New set of downs for them from the 31.
Hey, smash! Hawk, 19 tight. 19 tight.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. It's caught. This is Jalen Wright. And on first down, only gets about a yard here. And the defender there to force him out.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
So it's a win for the visiting Dolphins. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins, your winners, as we say